we get to talk about a familiar face today. Kareem Hunt has officially re-signed with the Browns. We talked a little bit about it in our post-game pod that went up on Tuesday. So we're going to get into Kareem a little bit more here. Mary Kay, you obviously broke this story when he signed. You were kind of on it when we did the post-game pod on Tuesday. Did you get the sense kind of early, just kind of when you first started sniffing around this, that it was going to be Kareem, kind of no matter? This was like a, post-it note Kareem Hunt no matter what situation.
At the outset yesterday, when I first wrote about them exploring bringing back Kareem and looking into other running backs like Cam Akers from the Rams, I didn't know at that moment that it was really actually going to be Kareem. I thought maybe they would try to make that trade for Cam Akers, as well as exploring Kareem Hunt. And the only reason why I thought that might be the case is because they did actually sort of think that Kareem had lost a step last year and he wasn't as explosive off the ball last year as he had been before. I was first, as you mentioned, though, to write that they were exploring bringing Kareem back, which is a mild surprise considering that they've had numerous opportunities to bring him back since he became a free agent in March, and they have not tried to do so in any way, shape, or form. Even when Jerome Ford went down with a pretty serious hamstring injury in training camp, they did not call upon Kareem Hunt at that time. And then when camp was coming to a close, they traded for Pierre Strong Jr. from the Patriots, sending Tyrone Wheatley there, as opposed to signing Kareem once again. So it just seemed like the Kareem ship had sailed. But when he came in 10 pounds lighter, I was told this by a source today, he came in 10 pounds lighter. And you could see it today when we did the Zoom with him. His face looked slimmer than the last time we saw him. And, he did a really, really nice job in his workout. And then when you couple that with the fact that he knows the system, he knows where the locker room is, he knows Stump Mitchell, his running backs coach, he knows Jerome Ford, who he helped mentor last year, it just made so much sense to go ahead and sign him.
Ashley, this just felt like a bunch of circumstances converged here, right? And I thought it was funny today when Kareem said, it's near my house. Like, that was obviously a part of it. But, when Mary Kay goes through all those things, right, we're talking about, assuming Jerome Ford was going to come back healthy, which it seemed like they had a pretty good sense of, Kareem would have come here to be essentially the third running back. They wanted Jerome to be the number 2, so that he either would have had to battle for that role or he would have had to be the 3. The Browns maybe didn't feel like they needed him. And now all of a sudden the Browns have a need and they have a role that he wants. And, it's right up the road from his house. Like, at this point, it's September 20th. Kareem had to sign somewhere or it was going to be a while. And also the other part here is the Browns didn't have to give up any assets. He knows what he's doing. He knows the playbook, all of that stuff. This just felt like, in the worst way possible, because it took a Nick Chubb injury for it to happen. But all these circumstances just kind of converged within about 48 hours. And here he is, right back in Berea.
I know we talked about that yesterday, too. And Mary Kay's brought this up in the past about how sometimes, it looks like things could be going one way, a relationship could be over. But then because of something big happening outside of that situation, in this case, the Nick Chubb injury, the circumstances just change enough to make a deal plausible. And I really think that's what happened. I think Kareem Hunt was their best chance of basically getting immediate help. Assuming, Mary Kay said, we did see him today. I thought this is the best I've seen Kareem look since I've covered the team. And that's even just on Zoom with the weight he's lost. But it's he's already physically here. He knows the system already. Just everything we've been saying, that it's immediate help in a way that, if you were to sign somebody else or trade for somebody else, you wouldn't be getting that same kind of institutional knowledge that you're getting with Kareem. And like we said, even just this knowledge of playing with Jerome Ford and somebody who knows how to work with him, I think is really another benefit as well.